Hi, everyone. We're back at home base, about to bring you another great episode of the Collector Car Stories podcast. Before we do, I remind you we also run the Car Reviews podcast, where every car offered up on the website at collectorcarcanada.ca is reviewed with video and audio commentary. So do take a look at those on the website. We've got entire weekly episodes under the CCC podcasts link on the website, same place you'll find these ones. And we break them down car by car. So each snippet relating to a car is on the detailed listing for the car itself. So do take a look at those. So back to today's Collector Car Stories podcast. We talked to our good friend Michael again. So Michael's joined us in the past for an episode. We did an episode we called Love It or List It about his 1968 Cadillac, where earlier in the spring, he was trying to decide if he should just get the minimum work done on the car and move it along to another person and pick himself up another hobby car, or if he should go full on, commit to the car and sort of plan to keep it indefinitely. You can go back and see that episode. It's also available. We've got some information about it here on the screen. And but today, being that we had visited him anyway, last year he sold with us a 1992 Chevrolet Corvette 6-speed manual car. It didn't sell by auction, but it sold within, I think, an hour of the auction ending. I wish people would bid in the auctions, but sometimes it happens that people need a price, and it's not rare at all where we sell cars the same day the auction ends, even if the auction price wasn't met. But yeah, he sold that 92 Corvette with us, decided he wanted something sporty, slightly more practical, and a little more modern. So there it was. His 2024 Volkswagen GTI was just sitting there in his driveway as we did the Love It or List It episode with the Cadillac. So we did a little review with him. He walked us around the car, told us a bit about it. We had a little fun with it, and it was a bit of a reminder for us of some of the modern amenities, even the Volkswagens of the world get, not just the Mercedes, the Bentleys, the Cadillacs. So here we go. We're going to talk about the 2024 Volkswagen GTI, not available on collectorcarcanada.ca, but we'll get into this new car, not just new to him, but a brand new car that Michael bought with some of the proceeds from his Corvette sale last year with us. So over to the episode. Thanks for watching. All right, we're back with our friend Michael with his 2024 Volkswagen Golf GTI. We've spontaneously decided to ask him to give us a little tour of the car. So, Michael, why don't you start with what you like about the car?
What I like about the car? Well, I like it that it's sporty and it's fun and practical. That's what I was kind of looking for. Coming from a Corvette, I just wanted something that I could actually drive people around in, drive stuff around with, and also have fun at the same time. And it's really a perfect contender. It has a lot of fun touches, little bits of red. No, not just the typical red brake calipers, but the red on the interior. I really love the plaid interior. You can come in for a look on that.
Sure.
And it's got a lot of kind of popping color features.
When you had me touch the seat fabric, it was not as plush as I expected either. It's probably good at stain repelling. But you mentioned that there are different interiors, for different trims?
Yeah, so this is actually the lowest level trim of GTI.
Oh, really?
You can get in Canada. The one up from that is has a leather interior, but it's not leather like you think of. It's kind of that beady sort of sporty leather. I don't like it quite as much as this. And this is retro because you know that the old VWs, you get this plaid interior.
Well, that plaid, yeah. It reminds me of old Porsche as well. But I also remember that 94 Corvette you sold with us last year did not have a leather interior.
That's right. I like the cloth interiors. So
I think you said about that car, if you have a 94 Corvette with leather interior, what did I say wrong?
92?
Oh, did I say 94? I'm sorry, 92 Corvette. I should know my product a little better. But if you have a 92 Corvette, I suppose that's a big difference in terms of the powertrain.
No, it's
Oh, you're the first year of the LT one. First year of the LT one. Getting back to what I was saying, though, you said how a 92 Corvette with a leather interior if the car doesn't have reupholstered, it needs it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're not going to find one with
Yeah.
either it's going to be a pristine, expensive one, or one that needs to be redone, or one that.
How about this sunroof? That looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, the sunroof is fun. This car has a lot of things that reviewers don't like. It has this kind of, I don't know, haptic feel, or you just wave your hand sometimes.
Right.
So your volume control and stuff like that, you just wave it, or if you want to open the sunroof, you just wave your finger kind of near the button instead of touching something. And well, some people think that that's not the greatest design for like a third kind of enthusiast car. It kind of makes it fun. You have to tell people how it works. And
Didn't notice that emblem until just now.
oh yeah,
There at the bottom of the pillar.
I think it lights up. A lot of things light up at night. Like these door handles light up white, and
Right.
it projects. It doesn't say GTI on the ground. It projects this nice kind of white star. And
Michael was good enough to give me the privilege of parking the car where it sits right now. And the thing I immediately noticed was the golf ball pebbled texture of the base of the shifter, which is an old time.
yeah, it's supposed to be like an homage to the
Sure.
GTIs of old, and it's cool. The shifter. I mean, I haven't owned a lot of manual transmission cars, but many people say that it's an outstanding shifter and about as good as they get.
Well, I don't think I revved it much higher than 1500, but shifting the gears felt really natural.
We'll have another chance.
Yeah. Okay, that'd be good. Maybe I'll bring one of its cousins from the Porsche family.
Yeah,
But
and of course, you've got a useful back seat. So
Right.
if I need to drive my kids somewhere, or even business colleagues, you can still use the car.
Yeah, I don't claim to be the tallest guy in the world, but I usually like the seat all the way back. I had no trouble with where you had the driver's seat, and a person seated behind where I was have decent legs.
It's excellent. I mean, people in other parts of the world use this as a 5-person family vehicle, and it
Sure they would. Yeah.
serves their needs. And then a few little quirks. I don't know if you don't know this about VWs, but when you put it in reverse, this little thing opens and the camera's in there, and then it serves also
right.
as
I
a
did
door
notice
handle.
that
So
when you were moving
things like
the
that are it's fun touches. I think it really what makes it a great product.
I mean, what you showed there, some people would call it gimmicky, but it does have a function too. Dual function, I guess. It's both a handle and the camera comes out.
You don't have to clean the camera off.
Oh, that's brilliant. These pipes are pretty hot.
Yeah, it sounds great. Are we gonna do a sound video?
I think I'd be happy if you just told us the story you told before the camera started rolling about the sound.
Oh, yeah. Well, it does sound great, and then it's got the sport mode. You use the center screen, and all these buttons come up like modern cars do. But then I was driving it along when I first got it with my wife, and it said sport mode, and I pressed it, and immediately it wasn't so much the suspension, the dynamics, but immediately the sound changed, and it sounded a lot sportier. And I'm like, I can't believe this technology. Like, this thing sounds way different by pressing a simple button.
All those cars around you must have thought, we better get out of his way. It sounds like he's about to.
Well, if they did think that, I don't think they would have noticed, because I researched it later, and turns out it only changes the sound of the car through your own speaker system, which I think is kind of fake. And I have not pressed the button since then. Yeah, I'm not. That's not cool. Like, it's got to be at least. I know that it's kind of a retro car from the old GTIs and the continuation, but you got to at least have some authentic things.
When you told me that, I told you about the 24 all-electric Chargers by Mopar, which are sure different from a 23 Charger. And same kind of thing with simulated sound. This is kind of, unfortunately, it's upside down for our viewers, but the R emblem on
the R emblem on the wheel makes me think that, I'm a marketing guy, so I thought, somebody at Volkswagen had extra R wheels when they made the Canadian version or something, and said, let's put this on. Right. It's the only place that the R exists on the whole car, and I don't know if that's Canadian spec 2024 only.
I wasn't even thinking
if you see these black wheels, I'm pretty sure it's from this year. You see it around.
I wasn't even thinking of it as I observed it, but yeah, this is not a Golf R. It's a Golf GTI. Look at that dead pedal. That means business. I like that.
But lots of nice touches. It's just a pleasing thing to own. And I think the other thing that, I know your viewers are collector car people, but along with older and collector cars just comes the whole, having to get it in and getting it serviced.
Sure.
My story on this is I've taken it for one oil change.
And what shirt did you wear that day?
I wore this shirt. My family laughed at me for going out in it, but you know, if you got this, where else are you going to wear it?
Yeah.
But
When in Rome?
the biggest hassle I had was I hilariously was at the dealership. I won't name it, not the one where I bought it, but then I'm waiting for the oil change, and I get an email on my phone from the parts manager, and they said, you know, our detailer was cleaning your car and they noticed that you did not have winter floor mats, and we can give you a great deal on some. To which I responded, you know, well, we don't really use it in winter, and actually it's May and my floor mats are at home. So I was disappointed. And when I did get the little survey from the dealership, I said, it kind of feels like you want to upsell every single customer because it's a perfect car with 5,000 Ks and all you can think of is to sell me winter mats that if you would have checked your system, you might have noticed I already had.
You had already bought a set?
Yeah, I have them. They came, well, I bought them with the car. And I mean, even if
They were on the ball, but not quite on the ball.
yes. But I was disappointed by that. But that's my biggest service hassle so far. And that's a whole lot from a vintage car or some of the other things that you feature on your channel.
I expect you're okay with having to say no occasionally. I get a kick out of side mirrors these days. You ever have to replace one of those? It's be thousands. It's got the indicator light, the heater, and the motor.
Yeah, more than that. Yeah, they fold in. I turned off that. I turned off that feature. Turned off the feature because you know we're in New York region here.
Right.
There's plenty of room. Yeah. You'd have to be cutting it pretty close
so that you could,
if you were a cyclist or parking pretty tight to fold in those mirrors. So I just took the automatic thing off.
There's a setting where when you shut the car down, the mirrors fold in.
That was the way it kind of was when I got it, but I had to finally look into it and determine the way that I could just leave them out because I thought that was.
All right. Well, this is a good little tour. We came more to focus on the Cadillac. I'm glad we got the GTI, but the Cadillac has already snuck a peek into our picture here. Why don't we wrap up for the GTI and we'll move towards the 1968 Cadillac Sedan DeVille. Might be a different episode, so be sure to stay tuned and look for that one. Thank you for the tour of the 2024 Volkswagen Golf GTI.
Get a GTI. You won't be disappointed.
All right.